Alright guys, what's going on? We're gonna look at Inferno a little bit and go over a little pistol strat. Basically, I've just YouTubed some pro players and what I thought would be a good strat for us. This one is from Astralis, and as everybody knows, they play Inferno pretty well. So maybe we use something that they use. What we want to do is basically it's like a default setup, which is also good because it gets us in the mind frame of defaulting. And what you know, defaulting on pistol round is fine too, right? We normally throw the sometimes we throw this smoke here from alt mid to arch, and then we go A, or we just say, hey, we're all rushing up alt mid to A, and we're gonna ramp banana. So these have been some strats we ran before. I think they're a little more puggy because what you can do is just say, hey team, follow me alt mid, this is what we're doing. Maybe we get away from that. Maybe we try to get into, like I said, a default setup where we know every round where everyone's going, and we you know, just go about doing that. What we want to do is have a 2-1-2 setup. I'm basically going to mimic players from the team, and maybe we can fill those roles depending on who wants to play where. Glaive is the IGL of Astralis, so you know, I figure I'm going to set up in his position. We'll get into the buy. What he does is he buys smoke, 2 flashes. I guess on this server I can only buy 1 flash and a decoy, I believe. I can just confirm that. I'll have the buys maybe screenshotted in the Discord as well. So yeah, that's it. Zibnix is the other guy. He buys a smoke and a molly, and that's it. The other 3 guys are gonna buy just buy armor. So Glaive is gonna be the mid player, so he works up mid, and basically he's just gonna be here checking mid, you know, looking for maybe the rush down mid, getting information. The other 2 players in the 2-1-2 setup are gonna be working up banana, not necessarily a rush, just something they're sitting here, you know, checking. Default setup, right? We're not rushing anything. We're just trying to get info. The guy with Zibnix or whatever with the smoke and the molly is gonna be maybe alt. Maybe they're catching a guy peeking you know, apps here, whatever. They're working up here. So there are 2 scenarios that they do here in this pistol strat is either go A or B. So that's nice because it's flexible. If they maybe get a pick somewhere, they're gonna reset, rotate off of that. Maybe you know, the lurkers maybe here, maybe somebody pushes out, CT player pushes out, and I'm gonna post the video where I'm getting a lot of this information from, so you can kind of watch it too. And I'm just basically repeating a lot of what the guy said when he analyzed their pistol strat. On the first example that he gives, they do end up taking A, I believe. I don't think they even get a pick, but what they do is Glaive kind of sets up here for some banana control, and maybe he flashes this half wall. So he flashes here, he pushes this guy off of corner maybe, and now the 2 banana players are worked up here and they have banana control. So here they are set up for banana control. They don't really push into banana, they don't even do anything here. Maybe that other flash comes in, you know, Glaive works up, and you know, they throw this flash, you know, or something close to that, where maybe they can just get control here. So now they're worked up here maybe and get a little more control. At this point, they fall off and they come back mid, and now they're all working up into apps. So the end result is that you get all the players into apps, and I think they're being pretty quiet here. Everybody's walking. You're not trying to telegraph, you know, that you're A. Glaive is back here working back banana, so he, you know, maybe I'm here making sure there's no banana push, while the other 4 players are now executing you know, the A bomb site. And so what Zibnix does with his smoke and molly is he comes here, you know, I think the setup is something like this, and he throws this smoke here. So what that does is it just smokes off apps, and they get ready to, then he gets ready to molly pit. So he mollies pit here, basically like this, and what he's doing is he's pushing, if there's a pit player, out towards this direction, and maybe now this guy is stuck somewhere over here. When that happens, he's gonna go out, then now the 4 players are working on going out. By this point, Glaive is already pushed up to throw this moto smoke, so he's here, and he throws this moto smoke. So now we've got pit mollied and the moto smoke coming in. What Zipnex does while this is still smoked is he jumps out towards site here. So he's gonna go fight this guy, and the 3 other players are here, and they're gonna come out balcony here, and they're all 3 gonna rush this one guy in pit. He's pushed out of here, you know pit's been mollied, so you got 3 players here fighting this guy, take that guy. Moto smoke, then you get the bomb down, whatever it is, here, and then that pretty much should be it. So we can run that there after the default setup. We know we're gonna work A, and we're gonna throw, you know, this utility where we're smoking here, molly in here, you know, jump out here, and then Glaive had already smoked moto. So that's going to be the one pistol strat for the A bomb site. The other one, obviously, we're doing the same thing, getting information. I believe what happens in the video is Zipex gets the kill. Actually, he just is sitting here and telegraphs that MIBR Phelps comes out of apps. And at that point, Dupree, he's the second guy, I think, alt, but he's already worked back here. Maybe you're, you know, in the default setup, you're coming back mid. He realizes that Phelps did push, and he gets the kill right here. So now they get a kill on A, but they don't go A. What they do is they reset for B, and they throw the, like Glaive has the smoke yet. He hasn't really used the utility, right? So Glaive, you know, smokes, or I think Zipnix comes in and smokes Coffin. Glaive, they've already got banana control, so Glaive, Zipnix smokes the, you know, does a better smoke than that, but you know, they get CT and they get here smoked, and then they take here. Zipnix, that's what he does. He smokes Coffin, and he comes up and he smokes triple, right? Or new box. So once they do that, maybe they throw a little bit better than that. They wait for the guy to push off here, they get the kill here, and then they take that B execute. So basically it's just, you know, default setup in a pistol round that does kind of default execs that you would on a gun round. But it seems to work out pretty good for them, and maybe it just gets us in a better place on Inferno, where we are setting up in a default execute where we're not just hey, 5 rush mid and do this kind of puggy strat where, you know, hey, we get destroyed from this guy or this guy. You know, yeah, it works sometimes, but now we're kind of working on a little more of like a safe play where we're spread out across the map, we're slowing down, we're not just rushing. You know, so that's where I'm at right there on the pistol strat for Inferno. So maybe we work on that. And like I said, we'll do the same thing. Glaive, you know, buys the same utility. Zipnix or whatever buys the same utility every round, and you have a 2-1-2 setup, and then we just work off of that. You know, and then we get into you know, our full default setup, and we're gonna do the same thing, right? We're gonna have 2, you know, 1-2. I think Inferno is a good map where you want to run something like that. I still don't know about the spawns, right? I haven't learned a whole lot about defaults where, you know, do they just avoid, you know, just neglect spawns because it's a default setup, or do they still work their spawns, you know, in a default setup? Because if, you know, we know that, you know, Nick and Jock are going to go banana every round for a default, are they going to do that if they are way back here, basically? Are we switching out players in their default setup roles based on their spawn? So that's something we can talk about. I'm not sure. If you look at some of the pro level plays, they're not taking that spawn every time to get up here because they have the fresh spawn to molly car. You know, a lot of them, you know, may get some support, right? So they may get this flash here, you know, which I guess, you know, does something, right? If the, like, so yeah, so we're flashed flashing car basically, so that this player can now maybe do something like this here, and then maybe he just sits here. So the default is not get car control necessarily, but it's a little delayed. We just want to, because I mean you're gonna have mollies, you know, from CTs, you know, especially on a team level. This maybe is all mollied, so you might be using a smoke if you're stuck here, and you're just working banana, but you're not full on rushing to that car spawn every time. So the default setup, even in that scenario, doesn't mean molly car every round. I think it's a good way to play. I think it's at our level, it's definitely fine. This first spawn, hey, molly car, you're playing off that spawn, that's good. That might be a little more puggy, but when we get into the default setup, maybe it's a little more of, you know, hey, flash for me. You know, I'm gonna, you know, play a little safer with the molly on this side of the map where I'm not getting peeked by car, or that flash was thrown, so that I know that I can kind of peek here or something like that. So that'll be a default setup. We'll figure out who plays there. Again, Glave's the IGL for Astralis. He's usually this mid player right here. You know, he's doing that. I see the same thing with Nitro. When he was with Liquid, he was the IGL playing mid. Maybe Naf was playing also mid, and you had Stewie that was kind of the entry guy playing banana. I've done this before where I sent roles to who I think fit certain players. You know, Twist always plays alt mid here, and he'll come up and he'll hold here. You know, he gets over here and he'll just hold this, and it works a lot. I mean, I do it too, right? Where you're kind of the lurker, you're waiting for that apps push. Maybe you don't get it, so eventually now we're getting more map control. We're working here, we're peeking, and maybe we're looking boiler. And then he always threw this flash. I mean, just like every time. It never like dry peeked here. He always throws that flash, you know. So now he's in the apps control. The other guy that's playing, maybe he worked up apps and now he's pushing into boiler. So you got Twist and whoever else it was that were, you know, pushed up here or whatever, and now you got some apps control. So you're in that default setup. You pretty much know your role every round. Now you want to get in the habit of like learning certain smokes and stuff or whatever. I don't even really remember a lot of Twist stuff, but see, that's probably not it, you know. But he would throw something like that. Maybe he knows, you know, coffin or, you know, smokes from this side. I think I've seen Matt throw that smoke before. So, you know, y'all know some smokes, right? For like, you know, arch side. Everybody's got the moto smoke. So if you're in that role where you're gonna be the guy in alt mid, maybe this is where you want to end up. You know, I think there's whatever mollies for that, but so that would be something we do in our off time, is we learn the smokes kind of that are related to where we're playing, which I think I can go over now just to kind of finish out the video. We've gone over our pistol strat for Inferno, and we've looked at our default setup, which are similar, which is good because it kind of keeps things simple. We know we're going to be going this place every time on a default setup or on that pistol round. If you are that alt mid player, a smoke I know here, which I always throw, is I just line this up. Like I just run into this wall here, and I line up with this, you know, little notch on this, you know, railing here, and then that's a jump throw right there. So it's kind of a deeper arch smoke. You know, might not be perfect, but maybe it gets you some information, you know, to where you could, you know, push up here or something, you know, where you're just kind of playing for yourself to get a little more information. Like I said, I threw one from here. They got plenty of smokes from here that are, you know, mollying or smoking whatever. You know, maybe you get into some library smokes. Maybe we work on wraps there. So learn some smokes in your area. Maybe that's what you do. You come up here, like I said, if I'm Glaive or if I'm playing that pistol round strat, I know I've got to be able to molly this if we're in, or smoke this if we're taking that A site, right? So that's an easy one. Moto, you know, I learned this one just on the fly, right? Where you just, you know, run and then you throw that, you know, and then once that's smoked, you molly pit, which, you know, everybody can kind of figure that one out there. Those are some smokes there. And then getting over into banana. Like I said, that flash maybe works there. You know, you're the support player. You're just going to throw this flash for car. Maybe you have a late spawn. Like I said, we're not playing off spawn, but we want to get that peek. You know, they'll throw flashes here all the time. Just something you can peek with. Utility on banana, the ways I know it are, you know, crosshair in this little dot here. You know, you're running up here. And then I line up here, which is, you know, just here's this little leaf, you know, just to a little bit to the left of that, and then just a regular, you know, left click throw for that one missed actually, so that's kind of sucks. Right there, and then maybe it was a little bit more. So probably just right off that leaf, not really to the left of it because it bounced up here. So now you got coffin smoked. The smoke I know for CT is at this intersection here of these, you back yourself all the way up into the logs, you're at this intersection here, and then we go straight up to the power line here, and we just left click for CT. So those are all good to know. You get your molly here, where you're on that lineup. That's a little bit better right there, right? So this guy's getting pushed out here. So you know to look there. All right, let's look at CT side, right? That's a lot of T stuff. CT, we'll have to work on, you know, who's playing where. We'll have our default setups here, maybe 2B, 3A. Playoff spawns a little bit more. Maybe we peek mid with the op here, peek mid with our peek banana with the op here, off of this spawn. Some utility that I know here is just to smoke top car. Is I go off of, you know, where this rafter kind of bends a little bit, and then I throw it straight up, right? So throw that one again, get in this corner here, straight up to this other building right there. And that's if they're super aggressive banana, right? If they're mollying car every time, you know, you're basically gonna throw this smoke if you know they're peeking. Now you're not really fighting for banana control anymore because you're getting pushed off so much, so maybe you slow them down with that smoke. You can now maybe peek, maybe they push it. A lot of times they'll just push it anyway. So that would be one smoke there. Another flash would be crouched and basically with this antenna maybe off to the left. Right, so if your banana should hit you pretty good there. Like if you're here, maybe if you're logs it doesn't hit you. So not really. So maybe it needs to be a little higher. But y'all can all work on that. You know, just work on, you know, throwing that flash, helping your team. You know, helping your B player. You know, with support, right? You want to peek car. Maybe that's where you throw the flash from. So now he's out here with the op. Another good one is the Furious smoke, right? So if they're mollying banana, you know they're mollying car every round. Here's that molly right there. This is going to be the Furious smoke here. I don't think that's right. It's a little too far out. Well, I think that does it too. But you're peeking into this here, right? So let's see if that works. Smoke's not up anymore. Throw it again. In this corner here, and I think it's off of the intersection of the antenna, so I throw it off of that. And now you're the second B player, and obviously the better spawn is peeking with op. And say that, you know, they're doing this molly every time. So that, let's see, yeah. See, I think that one's better. It covers car a little more, and you're literally just pushing through that smoke, and you're getting that tick here. So that's the Furious smoke that they throw to just extinguish that molly car. So that, you know, it's a little counter to, you know, hey, we're mollying car every round. You know, like we do. You know, hey, first spawn, molly car. I mean, you know, it's getting extinguished right away. So now some other plays you can do here. Obviously, we come up here, maybe we molly car, molly close, you know, throw those kinds. That's obviously fine. If you're playing more passive and you're back in sight, a good, you know, a lot of times you're just gonna throw these kind of on the run, you know, throw some gaps in there or whatever. A good way to throw one is all the way back in the wall, or all the way back here if you're playing coffin, and I think just throw it off of that corner of that roof. You know, you're gonna get a good, you know, smoke here for keeping them off car. Some people throw, you know, utility there. Stop that, you know, from them being a car. Or you throw them nades. What they got that other nade for? The other nade for T side. Maybe you're here.
Fire in the hole.
Right, maybe. Oh, I was too far to the right. But you throw that to the left more. You hit that guy coffin or whatever. So that's pretty much what I have for you know, utility and things like that on both sides. Just the things that I know. Obviously, there's way more stuff we can learn and just have in our arsenal, you know, and what we want to do. You know, as far as where we're at, you know, individually skilled or whatever. You know, it just makes it easier if everybody knows it and we can say, hey, I need you to throw this smoke or whatever. Whatever it is. But that's it, guys. I think this is somewhere we can start. Like I said, I probably won't be on tonight, so if y'all want to watch this video, maybe I went a little long, 21 minutes, but it's good information. It's good stuff. It gets us to a starting point on, you know, how we want to run default setups, and we'll just focus on this one for Inferno. Try to play it. Try to go into a server and do these things, and just have a good idea. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna post this to YouTube, and then I'll post a link in the Discord, and then maybe y'all can check it out. I'll post the link to the video that showed me the pistol strat, and you know, like I said, I think starting with the best teams ever, whether it's Liquid, Astralis, whatever, and kind of trying to mimic some of the stuff they do, is probably a good place to start. So that's it. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Hope it wasn't too long, and hopefully we get to practicing it soon. So appreciate it, guys.